Greetings, welcome back to Ministry Monday. I'm Carlton Kuhn, and I am a veteran pastor, have written now almost 40 books. I guess in the next few weeks, the 40th will actually be published. My latest book for pastors is titled Pastoring a Narcissist. And I think that it's important for us to realize how to deal with difficult people. Narcissists are one of the three groups that are part of what mental health professionals call the dark triad. The dark triad is narcissism, Machiavellian manipulation, and then those who are psychopaths and sociopaths. Okay, so all of these are difficult. Narcissists cause less harm than the other two groups, but they cause harm nonetheless. We're talking about some traits that you will see in and around the church, traits that are part of narcissistic behavior. And what I'm trying to do is bring you an awareness of how these are going to be manifest in the body of Christ. The first that I've talked about is that the rules that apply to everybody else don't apply to them. Secondly, they do not have any feeling, any compassion, any awareness, no empathy for other people. And the third that you're going to be able to see very prominently is that narcissists need to be superior. They act and speak negatively toward others in effort to maintain superiority and maintain control. A friend, veteran pastor, told me about his time as a younger man assisting another pastor. My friend, if I remember right, had been saved in that church, and then God had called him to preach, and he had served the previous pastor faithfully as an assistant. He'd been a soul winner, had taught on Bible studies, had brought people to the Lord. He had served, and he had served well. The church that he was part of went through a difficult time as their pastor resigned because of sexual sin. When the new pastor arrived, this was his first pastorate, and the man, I know the fellow personally, incredibly insecure, but very narcissistic, wanting to be seen as superior, and in much of his thinking felt himself superior than everyone else. So he becomes the pastor of this church, and not far into this new pastorate, he is humiliating my friend in front of the saints. He is doing this directly. He's doing it quite publicly. He's calling it out from the pulpit. My friend who left soon to pastor another church is now back, and he pastors that same congregation. But he said to me, that man set out to destroy me. Why would he set out to destroy him? Because this fella needed to be superior, and anyone who he felt might threaten that superiority, he was going to do his best to tear that person down, insecure and threatened by someone else's capabilities. Now, narcissists don't just need to be superior. As I mentioned, they believe that they are. But if a narcissist is in a foot race, they may well trip another person who is about to win the race. So they need to be seen by others as superior. This need is so entrenched that they will cut off at the knees people who could be help to them. So they need to be seen by others as the top dog, even if they are weak. And they will cheat and diminish other people in order to be seen that way. It's part of narcissistic behavior. They're going to cut others down to size. How do they do that in the church? The gossips in your church are almost always going to be narcissistic people. They'll go to the extreme of telling lies about someone who they perceive as threatening their status. The behavior that they express has the objective of maintaining their position atop the social pecking order. And it's miserable when these people decide to go on the attack. So, rules don't apply. Don't apply to them. Don't apply to their kids either. Secondly, they don't have any feeling or empathy for other people. Third, they have this perpetual need to be superior. And you pastor them. God bless you. God bless you. Pastor people this week. Be effective for God. Seek those who are wandering. Who was missing Sunday? They've missed for several weeks now. Heal the hurting. Who is wounded deep in their spirit. Feed the flock and lead them to safe places. God bless you. Have a great week. Carlton Coon. Hey, if you'd like to have my book, there is a link for you to go to Amazon or to my website, carltoncoon.com, and get your hands on Pastoring a Narcissist. Pastoring a Manipulator will come out in October, hopefully. God bless.